Hey, what's up YouTube? Thank you everybody for clicking on this video. Today I'm bringing you guys an update on my planet tank. Just bringing you guys a quick update and tell you guys what's new and what has changed in this aquarium since my last update. Let's start with the obvious. I have switched the tanks that I was using. Previously I had a 30 long innovative marine tank. Sorry if I repeat that. That was an all-in-one system. It was 36 by 13 by 13 inches tall, I think. This one is 36 by 18 inches wide and 11 inches height, the same as my saltwater tank. Just me, I always like to have matching things. I don't know why, just a thing that I do. Being lights, filtration or tank stand, whatever, I like having things alike. So yeah, this aquarium is made by Aquariums Masters. With the lights, I am still using my two AI Primes Generation 1. These usually have, these are supposed to have 13 LEDs, where the new ones have 16 LEDs. Now for the hang of the bag, I decided to go with a Penguin BioWheel 350. For the bag, I don't have the stock filter. What I actually have is just regular filter pads, as you guys can see in the bag, those ones that you could use for ponds. And I have a Chemi Pure green bag and some ceramic rings matrix. That's about it. Right now I did turn off the flow just for the purpose of this video, and I am still dosing with the CO2 from Fun Size. Got this for 85 to 100 bucks I think on Amazon. And then the CO2 paintball gun tank that I got. So yeah, one thing new, I am using a skimmer, surface skimmer. I want to thank my buddy Benny Fernandez. He actually shipped this out to me from New York. I just want to give him a big thanks. Before you'll be able to see the surface filled, like it looked dirty because there wasn't that much movement on top of the water. So you'll be able to see all the chemicals and things like that, and the water wouldn't be as clear as it is right now. But I never knew about surface skimmers, man. They do really work. So want to thank him again. And my 24-gallon Aquatop reef tank has the same problem, so I might just get a surface skimmers for that tank as well. This is actually made by Aquatop. That's what he told me. I am still using my Marina heater. Yeah guys, let's go now with what's inside this aquarium. A lot has changed. First, the Aquascape, the Rockscape is different. I love the first Rockscape that I did. I tried to replicate it. I didn't have any luck. Then a couple days ago I tried to replicate my first Rockscape, and it wasn't the same, but hopefully it is close. I mean, I kind of like it and kind of don't, but I don't want to mess with this tank as much because I don't want to mess things up. Also, the fluval stratum stores up the water and it gets really dirty and cloudy, so I don't want to do that. Also, with my Driftwood, a lot of things has changed. As you see, the Aquascape 2, I tried to replicate as the 30 long, but it was hard, so I just came up with this. I probably messed with it for a long period of time, and I just came up with this. I like it and kind of don't, probably because things aren't doing that well. I've been having algae issues for a long time now, and I honestly don't know what to do. I am doing water changes. I have Carvan running. I don't really dose this tank as much. I even turned down the light intensity for this tank. So I don't know what it could be. One thing that I think that could happen, that what happened, it was something to do with the dry start method, because I've read and I've watched other videos, people talking about the same issue, that when they go through a dry start method a couple days or weeks after they fill up their tanks with water, they start to have cyanobacteria issues, which I already did. I was able to actually get rid of the cyano just by dosing. I forgot what the chemical it's called, but it worked. They actually use it to treat the red cyanobacteria, so that actually worked for me. Now I'm having this type of hair bearded algae. Right now it's covering all the moss, which is something that I added to my driftwood for those that don't know, or if I never updated you guys with. But I did got some plants from Jacob's Aquariums, and I did 2 different type of moss, regular Java moss and then the Christmas moss. So I don't know which is which until they grow out, but I super glue some of them, and then the other ones I just did them with sewing string. I got rid of a lot of plants. I tear down my 24-gallon planted tank. I got rid of a lot of plants, which I got store credit for, but I kept a couple of these nana plants, and yeah, I have a couple here in the back. Also, CO2 is working. My plants have been growing. They were actually looking more towards the red color, but since I turned down the intensity of my light, they're like fading away from their red, but they're still doing good. They still are growing. I like them. One of my favorite plants that I like right now is this one here. I think these are called rotellas, and yeah, I love how their leaves are. At first I didn't know that they were actually those, because I don't know how does Jacob plant them. I know he has a pond, but the leaves were bigger, thicker, as you guys can see in the bottom. Let me see if I could zoom in. But as they transitioned and acclimated to my aquarium, the leaves they became much smaller, and that's something I like. It looks better to me. Also, one thing that has changed, I had a carpet on my 30 long. If you guys to go back to my previous videos, the dry star method does work. You do need patience, but you do take that risk of having issues after you flood it with water. Man, I kind of regret it and kind of don't. Why I regret transferring everything? Let's say why I regret doing the dry star method. I regret doing the dry star method just for the fact that you have to be careful, and you always take a risk of having problems, because I've read it and watched it from a lot of other hobbyists that they had the same issue with cyanobacteria and other type of algae after they flooded the tank. Secondly, I regret a little bit transitioning all my plants, my whole aquascape and things, from my 30 long innovative marine tank to this aquarium, because I had already grown out my whole carpet. It was basically all covered. It looked really nice in the tank. Man, I would have never thought I would have had a carpet in my aquarium. But let me tell you guys, it made a big old mess, and trying to actually plant those patches of carpet as big as my hand, some bigger, to that substrate, which I thought was gonna be easy. It wasn't easy. They'll float, as you guys can see, they're still flowing. There's still that are still flowing. I managed to put some down, but I'll tell you guys later on in this video what's going on. So it was really hard to actually plant those big patches of the carpet of Monte Carlo, and I had to actually traded those for stir credit, which I felt ripped off, but it's okay, because you're not supposed to really make profit in this hobby. You know, Monty is expensive, but I think they gave me like $5 for like 3 handfuls of Monte Carlo, but whatever. When I did all my training from my plants, I ended up getting $90 store credit, including fish and some plants, and probably like 1 or 2, 3 frags for my reef tank. And I'll tell you guys later on in the video what I ended up doing with the store credit. So yeah, so that's the only thing I regretted. Also, because I messed up my aquascape, and that's about it. But that's pretty much it. One thing about me, or I just want to tell everybody, just go with the tank which you think is better for you. I love the innovative marine tanks, but there wasn't that much room. to do a nice aquascape, or to keep as many fish that you're willing to have, or shrimp, or hermit crabs, or whatever, corals, plants. But these are the things that I always wanted. I like this dimension. It's like the 40 breeder, 36 inches wide, length, 18 inches width. The height is only difference from the 40 breeder. 40 breeder is usually 16. Excuse my dog, trying to bite my wife. 16 inches height and 11 the 40 breeder is 16 inches height. This one's 11 inches. So this is a 34-gallon frag tank. The 40-gallon, well, it's a 40-gallon breeder. Now, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the algae issue, with the bearded hair algae. If you guys have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments down below. That is one of the reasons why I upload videos to YouTube. I'm not an expert. I just like to share my experience in this hobby. I feel like it's entertaining, and also wise to document everything that I do. Here and there, I'll go back to my older videos and just watch my old tanks. Also, one thing that changed was my dwarf hairgrass here. I lost a lot of it since I did the transition. Plants looked like they were fading away, but one thing that I could notice, that a little bit of green is actually growing out. Same thing with the Monte Carlo. I guess it is acclimating to this setup, to this tank, and to the light of it as well. And with the CO2 and everything, I haven't really messed with the settings of my CO2, so hopefully what I'm injecting is that this CO2 is fine. I think it's 1 bubble per second, which I am doing on this aquarium. Now let's go with the livestock of this tank. As you guys can see, I added some assassin snails, which I am thinking of actually rehoming, or making just a tank for them so they could breed and just trade and get at least a couple cents of store credit. Why I'm having issues with my assassin snails is that I was able to finally, it took me about an hour to plant all those patches of the Monte Carlo, but assassin snails, they love to dig on the sand. Also when they lay the little eggs, or where they breed, I don't know if they laid eggs or breed, but I've noticed that I'll see a couple little assassin snails in the substrate. So I see them, when I see them there, the Monte Carlo, they'll just float up. So I did rehome some. I gave them actually away for free at my local pet store when I tear down my 24, but I just decided to throw some in here. But I am thinking that that was a big mistake of my part. So what I'm going to actually do now is I'm going to remove them from this aquarium, thinking within a day or two, and see how it goes, if it was them or the Monte Carlo just floats for no reason. Yeah. Now, let's go to the beginning of how this aquarium started. Okay, for on the 30 long Innovative Marine tank, when I did the trade-off for my aquatop plants, I did get store credit in the beginning for $50 to $60, I forgot. So I decided to actually get some nanofish. At that time, I got 2 of the scarlet baddies. I got 1 green neon, and I got 5 of the, I think they're called blood tetras. And what else did I get? I think that was pretty much it. But before that, I had already gone to go buy 3 of the red shrimp. These red cherry shrimp, they're like the second of the best red cherry shrimp. I don't know the exact name for it, but I did look at a video where it just talks about the grade of which shrimp. These are darker red, but not as red as the quality ones. So the 3 of them, the 3 adults died. Also, I guess when they were able to put them in the bag, there was like 2 little babies. One of the babies died. I I guess probably when I transitioned everything, I don't know if he died. It was probably in the substrate or somewhere. I probably killed it. I felt bad, but I had to do it. But one of the babies survived, and he has actually grown so much, and he actually, beautiful colors, beautiful red on him, and he's somewhere in here. I'm guessing that's him. So yeah, and that one time when I had the 30 long, I had bought, I already had an auto sinkless. I think I had bought 2 more auto sinkless, and I had bought those dwarf Cory cats. I think I had bought 3, and they are all doing well. I bought actually 1 more when I bought all the other nanofish. I bought one more mini dwarf Cory catfish. They're all doing well. I've only had losses with the red tetras. I think I lost about 2. I have 3 left, and I lost one of my Julie, the scarlet baddies. I lost one of them. There's one left, and yeah, that's the only thing that I have lost. Also, a couple of days ago, I did bought about $20 of red cherry shrimp, which was 10 for $20. And I have lost a couple. I don't even know how many I have in this tank. Man, I thought planet tanks were easy, but let me tell you guys, I think it's a little bit harder than a reef tank. Who would have thought keeping shrimp is hard? I mean, there's still a couple shrimp here and there. My fish are doing well, but just being nano fish, you could barely tell that I have fish in this aquarium unless you just sit down and look for them and stare at them. And let me tell you guys something, nano fish are expensive. I had probably paid about $60 or $80 of fish. When I first added my first nano fish with my 3 shrimp, I think I paid about $35 to $40. The second time I used my store credit, and I think I paid $30 again, so that would have made it $70. And then this time around I bought $20 of shrimp, so that actually makes it to $90. It could be almost $100 on the livestock, and you could even tell that there's any livestock here. And that's not even counting the plants, the driftwood, the dragonstone, the substrate. This hobby is expensive. I forget about it, but my wallet doesn't. But it is something that I enjoy. I enjoy keeping, I enjoy doing, and I don't regret it. But one thing I have thought, I don't think I'll be adding any nano fish or any livestock here yet. I want to keep this tank how it is for at least another month, and if I see that things are not dying off, this time I'm going to be wise, and I'll be adding 1 or 2 fish at a time. That way I wouldn't add a lot at once and then just have a lot of losses and lose money. But this tank is beautiful. I want to thank again Benny Fernandez for the surface skimmer. The water's crystal clear thanks to him sending the skimmer out to me, the surface skimmer. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it with this aquarium. What I did to try to overcome or try to defeat, get rid of this hair algae, I did do about 100% water change, then a 50% water change. I'll try to rip off some of the bearded hair algae from my driftwood, also from my dragonstone, but it actually is a little bit difficult because it actually pulls, if it grabbed onto your plant, let me tell you, it will pull the plant with it. It's really strong. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this aquarium. What I'm going to do now, if you guys want to stick around, I'm going to add clips of all the fish that I have. I'm going to zoom in as much as I can because these are nano fish, but let me tell you guys, these fish are beautiful. One of my favorite fish is the scarlet baddie. It's a beautiful fish, kind of looks like a cichlid, but it's not a cichlid. I love the shrimp as well. Let's see if there's any shrimp out. This light is about to turn off within a couple minutes, but let's record. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys are new, you guys are welcome to hit the subscribe button, comment anything down below, like, and hit the notification bell if you want to get notified every time I make a video. Yeah, it's Twin Reef. That's my YouTube name. I was previously Aquariums of Peninsula. But not only do I keep reef tanks, but I keep planet tanks. I love freshwater. My favorite fish, it's not even a saltwater fish, it is a freshwater fish, and it's the tiger Oscar. I love the personality of it. I love planet tanks. I love cichlids, and hopefully one day I'll be able to have a fish room full of aquariums. So yeah, enough talking. I'll show you guys my fish. I hope you guys like this fish. Let me know what you think about the fish I chosen, or if you guys have any recommendations of fish or shrimp to keep in this tank. I just want nano fish. I could have added neon tetras, cardinals, rummy nose. They are beautiful, but they will eat the shrimp. I want fish that are not going to eat the shrimp. And also, I don't actually like the fact how bigger fish don't look right with these type of aquascapes, unless it's a big old tank and then you have big driftwoods and dragon stones and things like that. Anyhow guys, stay. The video's not over. I'm gonna show you guys all my fish. So yeah.